with some special forces on either side as well. Some mountaineers. I mean, it's a different timeline. Like, let it be the Marines trying to secure Murmansk. Because Murmansk is an important asset, obviously. The port for the nuclear submarines of the USSR and so on. So, yeah. Trying to secure that port. Trying to push toward this. Trying to at least, like, threaten its supply line. Would be worthwhile. And such a major conflict. So, yeah. I mean, all of these conflicts are called for getting nuked. Like, the end of every campaign will be, oh yeah, and one side won too hard, so the other side nuked the shit out of the place. Like, it's the realistic outcome out of all these conflicts. If you win too hard with the Soviets in the AG and you get to the Rhine, France is gonna nuke the shit out of Germany. Like, that was the plan for all of this. So. And we have 7th versus 35th. Kama playing 35th. Jasp on the left side, coming around in blue with 7th Panzer. So, should be quite fun. Also, guys, don't forget to give Kama the pocket money that Kama deserves. Over here. Yeah, get over here and click the claim code to add 25 cents for free to the prize pool of the tournament. You don't have to do anything but clicking the claim code button up here and you add 25 cents for free. Can join some websites as well to add a bit more money for free here as well. And yeah, make the price pool a bit higher, getting us closer to the $200 for the first stone, for the first goal that will add some prize pool money for the Division 2 winner as well. But let's focus on this game, where 7th Panzer with some Spezialaufklärer coming in, T-55s, and a lot of Mordschützen. Well, it's on the other side, 35th Air Assault coming around with a heck of a lot of Desert Nikis, Spetsnaz, Medis, a couple of ZSU Gus in the rear, and a Kula! Ooh! A Kula coming in from the get-go. It's quite risky play. You don't want to lose that at all, obviously. But a Kula coming in here from the get-go. So that should be quite interesting. Let's see who will win this. Jasp versus Kama. Kama getting a CV in here. There's CV in this formation? Nope. On the other side, we have 2 CVs for Jasp going around the place. This should be interesting. Diplomacy DLC. Yeah. Easily. Like, I would expect the first 3 DLCs to be all Germany. Or like the first 2 major DLCs. And then we will get a Scandinavia DLC. Like 2 major DLCs in Germany, one or 2 minor DLCs in Germany. With only divisions, is what I would expect. And then Scandinavia. And then going down to the south with like maybe in Austria, Italy, Hungary, Soviet Union kind of situation in the south. Spain there may be involved as well as a NATO member. Sending some forces, as we have some self-clearers coming in here versus Dejaniki. Ooh, a lot of AA fighting over here. Both sides losing a jet. MiG-29 and MiG-21 fighter biting the dust. And we have a +3 situation now for Jasp here. As Jasp gets the +3 here first. Spezialaufklärer doing pretty well against the Dejannikis here. Getting shot upon now from the rear. 1 versus 2, they won't win this, but they're doing a good amount of damage here. The AKSU helping out quite a bit. Dejaniki is dropping hard, but the second Dejaniki is still fully fit. MiG-21 coming in nicely though. Getting a good kill there. Will get out alive, it seems. MiG-29's not around to stop it. It's Yellow versus Desert Redka down here. Interesting fight as well. And the Spezialaufklärer should win this in the long run. No, they're not in AKSU range anymore. But they still should win this. With 2 LMGs. Helicopter could help out there as well, but maybe doesn't want to go too far away from the AAA. Good start for Jasp though so far. Bombing run here, really important. Spezialaufklärer still alive. Helping out nicely with spotting. And the +3 is nice here as well. CV now on the way for Kama. But Jasp will have the advantage. Kama will have to be aggressive eventually at some point. Obviously not a big advantage here. But will be like 200... around 200 points. A bit more. At the time when Kama gets control over this. So that is nice. T-55s moving forward. Spezialaufklärer moving in. Yeah, Kama didn't grab as much territory as you would expect from Air 1 division. But obviously assaulting into this town here, as I said, way harder than assaulting into this town. The blue side has the advantage on this map. Yeah, so this is quite nice. Meanwhile, Dejant coming in here in the rear. So, yeah, even situation on both sides. Exactly 200 points ahead. Damn. Smooth. Me too. Helicopters coming in to scout around. Meanwhile, Dejant with red gun, the fire down here. Me-24 is around. Akula is around as well. Can Jasp take some ground here? SPW hitting up the Redvedka. Redvedka down to 2 hit points. Me too flying around. T-55 AM2 coming in the rear. That's a lot of units sitting around here. EMP 1P chilling out here. Guwats with Aufklärers coming in. MTLB joining in as well. Me too helicopter. Sitting above everything. That's over here. Spezialaufklärer holding off these Thessaloniki. Me-24 helicopter in a nice spot. Get some shots off there most likely. There we go. Spezialaufklärer and motorisierte Schützen trying to disengage. Will make it out of the building. Me-24 nearly out of rockets. Ralla trying to get into position to get a shot off. But it's more infantry and tanks rolling in here now. Modschützen and Spezialaufklärer in a bit of a pickle. SPW here trying to help out. Thessaloniki's not in range for the RPG. So gets stunned down. B-24 will fire a cocon on top of it though. Will get the kill there. Well, it's the tanks and the BMD-2s hitting up the Modschützen over here. So Jasp has to disengage, has to reinforce this situation over here. T-72 coming in. Well, ZSU-23s and Iglas come in to deal with the Me-2. Strela, really cheap, but also pretty terrible when it comes to accuracy. Range, not amazing. Damage, obviously also not great, but especially the accuracy is a big issue. 30%. Not quite blowpipe level, but pretty close to it. Well, yeah. Strela is sitting in the north as well. TLB made it towards the Spezialaufklärer. So Spezialaufklärer will get reinforced, will get repaired. Back to 9 hit points. Strela in a nice spot here as well to fire some missiles. But as I said, not too dangerous. Especially not against the 20 ECM 1 armor Akula. Well, it's down in the south. Me too. He is under fire. Disengaging. At least can take one Igla shot and survive. But has to get the hell out of there. That stays on the spot. Stroll over here got killed. ZSU now opening up fire, so that most likely will be the end of the Me Too. Getting shot up by 2 ZSUs. ZSU really inaccurate though. Misses all the shots. So the Me Too will actually survive to get away. Ooh, Igla gets another shot, but misses once more. So yes, the Me Too will survive to scout another day. But the ZSUs and the Iglas are on the hunt, and a pretty big push here coming in from Karma. Mortars firing down here now. Maybe these BMP-1s and T-55s should reposition themselves towards the south. As more Motschützen and T-72s are coming around. ATGM flying towards the BMD, getting the kill. Dejant Nikki BMD heavily damaged. 1 BMD down. Next Concourse is flying. BMD tries to get the hell out of there. Will get hit though. 2 down. Lots more and more reinforcements now flowing in for Jasp into the south. 228 points versus 28 points. So it is quite nice for Jasp. Still obviously needs to trade well and so on, but having that some nice slight pocket advantage in points is quite helpful. Me-24 shoots onto the infantry here though, and there's little AA around to support them. Coup coming up. Me-24 diving back down here. That's more recon units are coming in. 64B coming around. Me-24D AT though is pretty dangerous there. Smoke instantly pops up. Yeah, you don't want to get any ATGMs into you. The Falang really inaccurate with only 40% accuracy, but still you don't want to risk that. That's another T-55 AM2 comes up here. Akula repositioning to the south. The Shark on the way. It's Vicar ATGMs coming in here. Can it get its fire onto some tanks? ATGM is flying, but BTR gets to break line of sight just in time. We have a Shilka back here, but Shilka can get outranged by the Akula, so you have to be careful how you do it. Akula's Vicar 2,800 meter range. Shilka against helicopters only 2,400. T-44 also nice here to stop the Shilka from pushing over the open field. So Kama setting up the siege for the southern sector, but a lot of forces here for Jasp, so breaking this won't be easy at all. 120mm mortars coming up. Can Jasp defend this? Me Too sitting in the north. More units coming in. Motschützen, T-55, AM2s, Coup, M3 coming in as well. There's Nikis and Spetsnaz sitting over here on the right side. A lot of Motschützen and BMPs have set up around here, but on the other side we have Spetsnaz. 12-man absolute beasts, 10 AKSUs, an RPO, 2 PKMs, so a lot of firepower on these guys, and a good amount of hit points as well. So these can smash through infantry quite quickly, and then you have the Spetsnaz OP, which bring the RPG-29 to the battlefield. A really great ATGM launcher with 21 penetration, 70% accuracy. Can deal a hell of a lot of damage as well. Shilka coming up. Me-24D AT trying to join the fight here as well. Whilst Kama is setting up a big push over here. Spetsnaz OP, and a lot of Dejant Nikis setting up for a smoke push. Big bloom of smoke popping up all around the defensive position of Jasp. This is gonna be the assault. Smoke blocked the way to allow these units to get in there. Will they be successful? There's still an opening here. T-55 positioning itself to shoot through that opening. BMPs and T-55s could maybe move forward here as well. Not doing so just yet. 55 AM2 will most likely aim soon. Ah, doesn't see them. Okay, now it aims up. Will get a shot off. Will get a kill. The rest of the units does unload. Smoke, yeah, needs to pop in here. P5s and BMPs getting some damage done. But there is a lot of units still on the move. Spetsnaz, Dejaniki. The Spetsnaz OP got hit in the transport. Dejaniki still can do some damage. T-55s and co hitting around here as well. Akula repositioning. Mi-24 with its cocons coming in as well. To hit the tanks up here. That's the Motschützen get pushed back. BMP just gets into smoke in the nick of time. Akula here trying to get some ATGMs on target as well. Aiming up now. Getting a Vickers out. So the BMP is down. T-55 down as well. Akula pretty brutal here. Coop not getting into position. T-55 disengaging. Here we go. Big push coming in. MiG-21 gets the kill on the Spetsnaz with the bombs though. Igla getting hit with bombs as well. 2 MiG-29s coming around. 2 MiG-21s going down. MiG-23 on the other side supported by Coops coming around. 1 MiG-21 goes down. Both MiG-29s go down. MiG-23 bites the dust as well. But in the end, a pretty bloody trade. Both sides losing a lot of units there. So I would say it's somewhat worthwhile for Jasp to break the infantry push there. Killing off the Spetsnaz. Getting rid of some of these really, really strong infantry units. But still quite a couple on the march. And the smoke keeps on dropping down on Jasp. Jasp has to stop this. Akulas and Mi-24Vs in the rear doing really well. T-55 AM2 disengaging. Akula getting some ATGMs through, killing off some MTLBs. Coops have to be careful. 228 points for Jasp. Jasp on the counterattack in the north. Spetsnaz Opido getting a good amount of kills with their RPG. Killing off a good amount of SPWs. Will die now to the Motschützen. Spetsnaz just engaging now as the SPWs got killed off or are retreating. So good timing there. Spetsnaz will be hard to overcome without any CQC units on your own side. Only Motschützen here coming in. 4 of them, but no infantry support. And Spetsnaz plus Dejaniki might be able to overwhelm them here. Spetsnaz OP getting more RPG 29 shots out. Killing off a good amount of SPWs. Desert D44 AT weapon also getting a couple of kills. Iglas most likely will die here. As the Motschützen are moving in there. Could allow the helicopter to move forward. ZSUs are still in the rear, but E-24D could maybe now position around here. Get some damage done. Whilst Motschützen are moving forward. Spetsnaz got beaten back. RPG trying to kill the D44. Not hitting it just yet. Gets the kill now though. Spetsnaz OP still under fire. Meanwhile, in the south, Kama made it into the town. And this is big. Kama is now in here. And has a foothold for CVs in the future maybe. More infantry coming in. Dealing with Spetsnaz in your town will be nasty. Pioneer Flammenpatrone trying to fight it. Motschützen coming around as well. Mi-24 DAT coming in to help out as a helicopter as well. Smoke play keeps the tanks from engaging. No artillery on top of this just yet. Guarditsa coming in though. They could counter battery the mortars or help out with some direct damage onto the infantry. Question is, what will this be? So let's see how this goes. Dejaniki under fire. Mi-24D getting the kills here. Meanwhile, Jasp in the north gets into a town as well. T-55s moving around. Spetsnaz still alive, but without any RPOs left. Helicopter still around, and the Motschützen make some progress, but at the same time, obviously Kama making a good amount of progress here as well. Mi-24Ds being pretty effective, as the AA is coming up only pretty slowly. Guarditsa are around, once more not shooting though. Once more Jasp has artillery that doesn't start firing, which is a shame. T-64 will win the fight against the T-55 here, most likely. Yes, there we go. So that's quite bloody. No tanks around here anymore for Jasp, as the Akulas and co did deal pretty good damage there. Mi-24 getting some hits onto the Pioneer's Flamperton over here. But Mordschützen open up fire onto the Dezhentniki in the open over here. Igla being pushed back, a lot of smoke in this town, but the Akula is disengaging to the north. Mordschützen and Pioneer Flamperton beating back the Dezhentnikis here for now, but the assault is real. Gorica once more not firing. ZSU trying to get itself into a position. Aufklärers with RPG-29s are around though to kill it if it gets too close. Mi-24, the ATs disengaged a bit. Mordschützen here most likely will get overwhelmed. Mortars not hitting the guys really. And over here, the Mi-24 VP comes in to deal with the tanks and infantry of Jasp, as the Shilka is too far back and also out of ammo. So that one can't do much against the Mi-24 here. Whilst the Strela is too far in the south. Krupp coming in, but that will take a while to arrive as well. T-55 trying to stand the ground. It's the Mi-24 VP is being brutal from the rear. Mordschützen moving in here as well. Southern section of the map. Kama still pushing through. Mordschützen getting the kills. Mi-24D coming around here. E-64 on the fire, and the ZSU gets the shots off. Mi-24D heavily under fire will go down here. ZSUs get the kill, and this might be it for game number 2 already. Kama's push onto the town just really effective with the smoke. Infantry not being stopped by Jasp, not by artillery. Once more, two Gajitsas completely silent. Yeah, that's 300 points that could have been invested in other ways that might have helped holding the town. Like, that's 5 flamethrower infantry, or 4 flamethrower infantry at least, or other ways of trying to stop that. So not using them at all, big mistake. Seed plane over here under heavy fire, won't go down though. That's the CV of Jasp gets pushed out of the zone again. Jasp still has it under siege, but not really under control. Mi-24 VP still out on the battlefield. Akula moved into the north as well. And at the same time, CV in the south goes down. Little here to hold the line. Shilkas and Krupps have to disengage. One ZSU got killed by the Aufklärer. The other one got killed, got the better of the Aufklärer afterwards. E-64 is here moving forward, nothing to stop it. Krupp went down. 64 now trying to get the UWATs. Won't be successful there. Su-22 trying to come in with some cluster. That will be off target as well. So SU not getting the kill there. Will get shot down by a lot of AA in return. And this is bloody. Yeah, now the Gorica open fire. But Jasp once more investing into artillery that comes in too little. And oh my god, this is... Oof. Not quite sure how this got here, but it's really nasty. Kama got a 85mm behind enemy lines. Was that with helicopter? How did that get there? I have no idea, but it's absolutely bloody brutal. Meanwhile, in the northern section, yeah, the assault of Jasp basically at a stalemate. Once more Su-25 coming around, hitting off some AA. Will most likely go down here. Down to 2 hit points. Down to 1 hit point. It will survive. Oh my god, this is so unfortunate for Jasp, especially as the helicopter died in the end there. And that helicopter was pretty important. But yeah, the south gets cleaned out. Kama once more on a +6. And the 85mm here is killing off multiple transports already. Much it's not making it to the front line. So this is quite rough. T55 most likely will get another shot off here. And most likely will find more targets. Yes, another BMP1 goes down. Next one tries to go around the dead ones. Will get killed off as well. And there we go. Karma wins 2-0 in round number 1. GG VP. Karma keeping up to the status of the favorite in the group. Dismantling Jasp here in game number 2. Looked really good for Jasp in the early game. But Karma's push was just so well prepared and Jasp couldn't find a solution there. Bit overwhelmed once more. Just fighting on so many fronts, and Karma was microing everywhere, was repositioning the helicopters time and again, getting so many kills with those as well. Well, T-55s and co did pretty decent on the defense, but a couple of units here, T-64 doing pretty decent, Aquila being really bloody brutal. The Spetsnaz OP getting a lot of kills here as well. So, really nice kills there. There's on Niki Medis coming in nicely. And second Aquila finishing the job then. So GGVP here to Karma. Really great performance in these 2 games. Showing why he is the favorite to win this whole bloody thing.